All right, let's start with situation number 1. The concentrated load P travels across the 8-meter span of the wooden beam, which has the cross-section shown. The working stresses for wood are 20 megapascal in bending and 5 megapascals in shear. And the maximum deflection is limited to 22.5 millimeters. The wood weighs 1.65 kilonewton per meter and modulus of elasticity is 12 gigapascals. So as you can see, this is the cross section of our beam, no? And then first question, calculate the maximum load P based on bending stress. So what is the maximum load P? Ano 'to yung maximum nito? Based on this allowable bending stress. Okay, sagutin muna natin 'yon. So dito kailangan natin pag-isipan, saan ba natin ilalagay itong P to produce the maximum moment? If you are familiar with influence line, you can make use of that. But of course, this is simple kasi isa lang naman yung load. For sure, we will produce the maximum bending once we put the load at the middle, no? Pag nasa gitna. Okay? So for this one, for number 1, lalagay natin si load sa middle, no? So to produce the maximum moment, okay, P should be at the middle or at the midspan. Okay, so ito-drawing natin ngayon yung beam natin. Ganito siya. Okay, so, nga pala, maliban kay P, kunyari, yan si P nasa gitna. This is 4 meters, 4 meters. So, maliban kay P, don't forget, no, merong weight yung wood, which is 1.65 kilonewton per meter. So, meron pa siyang uniform load. Okay, so 1.65 kilonewton per meter. Ayan. So, bali dito, pinapahanap lang yung maximum P para hindi lumagpas yung bending stress sa 20 megapascals. Okay, so of course, yung bending stress, kung babalikan natin, di ba, ang bending stress ay equal sa MC over I. Okay, so dapat hindi ito lalagpas ng 20 megapascals. So, dun sa ano natin, dun sa cross-section, we could see na symmetrical naman siya. Kaya sigurado tayo na nandito ang ano niyan, centroid na nandyan. So, nandyan ang neutral axis. Okay, so no need for us to apply Varignon's theorem or whatever to calculate the location of the neutral axis since symmetrical. So, dahil doon, ang C natin dyan, either ito nasa top or ito nasa bottom, no? So, that will give us 200. Okay? What else? Yung moment of inertia. So, kailangan din natin yung moment of inertia. So, siguro dito, kumpitin na natin. No? Madali lang naman yan. So, yung moment of inertia natin would be, ito muna. So, ito, yung centroid niya nandiyan din sa gitna. Kaya BH over cube lang yan. So, B is 20. H is 400. Cube over 12. Plus, ito naman. So, ito, yung BH cube over 12, yung B natin dyan is 50. Tapos yung H natin is 100. So, 50 times 100 cube over 12. Plus, kailangan natin i-transfer to, no? Yung centroid niya, kailangan dalhin dito. So, yung distance na yan would be from here to here, 200, no? Kasi kalahati. Tapos from here to here, kalahati ng 100, that's 50. So, meaning this is going to give us 200 minus 50 or 150. So, that would be area, which is 100 times 50. Sige, baba natin. Bikasya. Okay, so times 150 squared. Okay, tapos ito, times 4 lang natin. No? Kasi apat sila, na pare-parehas lang naman yung moment of inertia. Okay, bali ito yon, no? Ito yun. Tapos yung isa, ito yun. Okay? So therefore, our moment of inertia can now be calculated to be 20 times 400 cubed over 12 plus 50 times 100 cubed over 12 plus transfer 100 times 50 area d squared. Yung d natin 150 squared. Tapos times 4. Ayan. Tapos store natin sa calculator, no? So this is actually 573.33. Okay? So meron na tayong I. So okay na. Yung moment na lang ang wala. So para sa moment, pwede natin gamitin yung direct formula, no? So kasi nasa gitna eh. So malamang nandito yung maximum moment niyan. Ito yung maximum moment. Okay? And kung kabisado mo, halimbawa lang kabisado mo yung maximum moment niyan due to the uniform load, edi WL squared over 8. Di ba? Kasi uniform load. Plus, ito naman will give you PL over 4. Kung kabisado mo. Kung hindi, okay lang. We can calculate the reaction here first. May reaction dito. Ano reaction yan? Bali, due to the uniform load, WL over 2 plus, ito kalahati. Symmetrical, no? And then, kapag kinat mo to, isolate mo yung nasa left side, isolate mo yung nasa left side, you will have you will have this section sa kaliwa. Kaya sa yung P, natin W. So, may reaction dito na WL over 2 plus P over 2. Tapos ito ay L over 2 kalahati. So, yung maximum moment dito, okay? So, para makuha mo, mag-moment ka lang dyan. So, you will get maximum moment is equal to yung moment muna nitong moment, nitong reaction, that's W L over 2 plus P over 2 times L over 2. Di ba? Yung moment arm. And then yung W naman, baliktad yung rotation. So W times L over 2 times L over 4. Kalahati. No? Di ba? Tapos yung P wala. Okay? So that's it. So therefore, M max would be equal to, this becomes WL squared over 4. This becomes PL over 4 minus this becomes WL squared over 8. Kapag minus natin itong dalawa, to, so 1 over 4 minus 1 over 8, okay, we will get WL squared over 8. So, ganun din. Or pwede nyo itong lagyan ng number, syempre. Pinapakita ko lang na ito rin yun, no? Okay, so anyway, yan na yun. Yun na yung M natin. So, yung M natin will become W, which is 1.65. Yung L natin is 8 squared over 8 plus unknown yung P, L is 8 over 4. Okay? Kapag sinimplify ito, para lang hindi mahaba tignan, so magiging 1.65 times 8 na lang. So, 13.2. 13.2 plus 2P, no? Kasi 8 over 4 is 2. Ayan. So that will be our M. So going back here, lalabas ngayon na yung MC over I hindi dapat lalagpas ng 20. So therefore, yung M na 13.2 plus 2P, take note, this is in kilonewton meter. So multiply tayo ng 1 million para maging Newton millimeter. Tapos yung C natin, as discussed earlier, will give us 200 over I, which is yung na-compute natin kanina, 573.33 million. Should not exceed 20. And from here, we would be able to calculate yung P. So yung P should not exceed um, 20, or shift solve ko na lang para mabilis. 13.2 plus 2P times 200 over M. Kaya lang, wala, kinancel ko yung 1,000, 1 million eh. Divide natin ito ng 1 million. Okay, so will give us 22.07 kilonewtons. So to avoid no having our bending stress no exceed yung allowable, dapat our answer would be around 22.1. Okay? Next, calculate the maximum load based on shearing stress naman. So again, ang shearing stress dito would be under flexural shear or horizontal shear. Okay, bakit horizontal shear i-consider? Kasi yung material or yung member natin is subject to bending or flexure. So kapag ganon, automatic. Pag sinabi mong shear, horizontal shear yung ibig sabihin. Ibig sabihin yun yung VQ over IB. Okay? So maliban doon, pag-isipan din natin kung saan natin dapat ilagay itong T to produce the maximum shear force. In this case, hindi na siya sa gitna. Kailangan ilagay mo na siya dito mismo sa support para ma-produce yung maximum na shear. Okay, so number two. Okay, yung P natin should be at the support. Okay, so meaning, pag drawing natin yung beam, ito pa rin yung uniform load, hindi naman yun malilipat kasi self-weight niya yun. Pero yung P natin, dito natin ilalagay. 1.65. Okay? So, bali, magiging maximum shear natin dyan is kung ano lang yung magiging reaction dito. Yun na yun, no? Which is, ano yung magiging reaction dyan? It's going to be P plus yung, ano nito, yung reaction niya dyan, which is 1.65 L over 2. So, kalahati lang, no? Kasi 8 meter ito. Okay? So, this is our maximum shear. Yan na rin yun. Papitin ko lang to. 6.6. Okay? So that is our maximum shear, no? So ngayon, ang maximum shear natin should not exceed, or rather, ito ay equal sa VQ over IB, and this should not exceed the allowable, which is 5 megapascals. Okay? So ngayon, if I would look at the cross-section, kunin ko lang yung cross-section. Ito yung cross-section natin. Yan. So, kasi gusto ko i-define ano yung Q. So if you recall, yung Q, yun yung statical moment of area of the fiber in consideration about the neutral axis. So once again, ito yung neutral axis natin nasa gitna. Okay? And kapag rectangular lang yung mga section o di kaya circular, automatic yun, nasa neutral axis yung maximum shear. So ibig sabihin, itong fiber na ito ang i-consider natin. So ang gagawin na natin, pipiliin natin yung area or imo-moment area natin yung ibabaw or ilalim. So ibabaw na lang kunwari, so itong ibabaw na to, imo-moment area natin yan about the neutral axis and that would define our Q. Okay? So to calculate Q, ito na lang siguro sa gilid, hopefully kasha. Bali ito ay 100 nga pala, no? Naputol lang. So bali ito ay 200. Okay, so ito munang web. So 200 times 20 times 100, no? Yung ano niya, centroid niya. And then ito namang dalawang to plus 100 by 50. Okay, tapos yung moment arm niya from NA ay, ilan ba to? So 100 na lang din to, no? So it's going to be 100 plus 50, so 150. Tapos dalawa sila kaya times 2. So yun yung Q natin. So we have 200 times 20 times 100 plus dalawang 100 times 50 times 150. Okay, so ayan. So 1.9 times 10 to the 6. This is mm cube. Okay na tayo sa cube. Yung B natin is lumalabas yung thickness nito, di ba? Which is 20 mm. Meron na rin naman tayong I, so kompleto na. So therefore, pasok na natin lahat dito. Yung V natin ay P plus 6.6. Naka-kilonewton yan, gawin natin Newton. VQ, yung Q natin ay 1.9 times 10 to the 6 over I. Ito yung 573.33 times 10 to the 6. VQ over I, B times 20. This should not exceed 5. And once again, from here, we could calculate for P. Or P should not exceed. So 23.58 kilonewtons. Okay, so from the choices, the best answer would be 23.58. So, um, the best answer would be, should not exceed, di ba? So, mas mababa doon, no? So, potentially, I think, best answer, no? So, but anyway, double check ko lang ha. Baka may, ano, baka meron ako na miss out. So, tama naman, no? Ito yung maximum shear. Yung Q natin, double check ko lang yung Q ha, para lang, ano, sure tayo. VQ over IB. Okay? So para sa Q, we have 200 times 20 times 100 plus 100 times 50 times 150. Plus dalawa. Tama naman. Store na nga natin to. Ayan. So VQ over IB. So P plus 6.6 thousand times Q over IB. Okay, should not exceed 5. Tama ba? 5, no? So 5 megapascals in shear. Okay naman. Okay, so yun talaga. 23.58. So should be 23.58. So anyway, kung mamimili tayo dito ng best answer, di yung mas mababa doon na malapit. Okay? Kung ito ay board exam. Alright? So wala kasi sakto na lumabas. No? Okay. Next, calculate the maximum load P based on the allowable deflection. So sa deflection naman. So sa deflection, dapat hindi lalagpas yung deflection niya ng 22.5 millimeters. So ang tanong ulit dito, kaya naman natin compute yung deflection yan eh, pero ang tanong ulit, saan mo to lalagay? Okay, so well, logic would tell us na mamamaximize yung deflection kapag ito ay nasa gitna. Again, kapag nasa gitna. So kapag ganito ulit yung pwesto niya. No? So yan. So to produce the maximum deflection, number 3, the P should be at the midspan. Okay, so ganito ulit. Ganyan, nasa gitna siya. Ayan, no? So, dyan yung mapuproduce yung maximum deflection. So, dito, pwede ka ulit mag-apply ng mga deflection computation method, yung double integration method, MDM, area moment. Pwede yun, no? Walang problema doon. Kaya lang, ano lang to, typical na loading condition, no? Nasa gitna yung P, tapos simply supported, tapos merong uniform load. So actually, pwede ka na lang dito mag-superposition. And hopefully, kabisado mo kung ano yung deflection kapag ka, yung mga simple lang na loading condition. So, pag-superposition ako, ito ay katumbas lang ng deflection ito plus deflection ito. Okay? Ang deflection nito sa gitna, nandito makikita yung maximum deflection mo. Okay? That would be equal to, no, 5 WL to the fourth over 384 EI. Okay? Ang deflection naman nito, nasa gitna rin, is PL cubed over 48 EI. Okay? So, tandaan na natin yan. No? So, therefore, that will be the total deflection. So, dapat yan. So, 5, lagay ko lang ha, 5 WL to the fourth over 384 EI plus PL cubed over 48 EI should not exceed, anong sabi? Should not exceed 22.5 millimeters. 22.5 millimeters. Okay? So therefore, this is going to be 5. Ang double yan is 1.65. Okay? So guys, dito, ang goal mo maging Newton and millimeter lahat. Yun yung ano, yun yung ginagawa ko, no, para hindi ako malito sa conversions, no. Ginagawa ko palagi, Newton dapat lahat ng force, millimeter dapat lahat ng length. So ito 1.65, that's kilonewton meter. 'Di ba? Lagi ko lang dito sa gilid, no. 1.65, that is kilonewton meter. Gusto ko maging Newton mm. So kapag gusto ko maging Newton mm, mag-multiply ako ng 1,000 or rather 1 meter is equivalent to 1,000 mm. So cancel to. So para naman maging Newton to, mag-multiply ka naman ng 1,000 Newton per 1 kilonewton. So cancel ito. Okay, so ganyan. But apparently, yung 1,000 ay multiply mo sa ibabaw, tsaka di-divide mo, magka-cancel lang din. So, ibig sabihin, ito, equivalent lang din yan sa Newton per millimeter. So, no need for us actually to multiply anything para dito sa load. Okay? So, doon na lang sa mga length. Yung length dito, ano 8,000 to the fourth over 384 E. So, yung E given, it was 12 gigapascals. So, 12. Gawin nating, again, gigapascal. Gusto ko maging megapascal kasi Newton per millimeter squared yun. So, times 1,000. Tapos yung I, lagay ko na dito I ha, nasa calculator naman natin yan. Plus P. So, ito yung unknown. So, ito ay 8,000 cube over 48 I. Okay, should not exceed 22.5. And dito sure na tayo, na to lahat, no? Pero itong P na to, we are assuming na Newton yan, no? Pero kung gusto mo maging kilonewton na kaagad yan, kailangan mo mag-multiply ng 1,000. Kung gusto mo kilonewton agad yung masolve mo, no? So maglagay na lang tayo ng times 1,000 para ang iniisip natin, itong P na to na unknown ay kilonewton. Again, kung hindi ka maglalagay ng times 1,000, yung P na yan, iniisip natin na Newton na. Okay? Or Newton, no? So anyway, yung P natin should not exceed, if that's the case, Okay, so should not exceed 6.26 kilonewtons. So therefore, our answer here would be letter C. Okay? And that's how we answer this problem.